13 years ago, I was a small little boy going to high school. And then something terrible happened. You see, the worst possible thing that can happen to a child in school is being bullied. You see, being so small and vulnerable, I couldn't help it. People were laughing at me every day, calling me names. And then I developed a superpower. You see, just like Spider-Man got bit by a spider and he became Spider-Man, I became Bully Man. I became immune to bullying and laughter, and I became a class clown. I learned to be jovial, joking, and without anything else, I suddenly was called by the school to represent the school in an ASEAN camp as a head delegate, representing our country against many countries. Representing Malaysia at 16 years old with other delegates from Cambodia, from Thailand, Laos, and many other countries was the awakening of the spirit in me to start public speaking. So when I began college, I looked for other international experiences, and I began teaching in Japan under the International Society of Education and Cultural Exchange, running motivational camps. But this wasn't enough, because you see, one day when I was walking on campus, ever so slowly, I noticed a booth. It said, Ralph C. Smedley. I didn't know who this guy was, and so I inquired further, and I found out a club called Toastmasters. In a record-breaking 4 years, I became a distinguished Toastmaster, one of the youngest in the region. I went up from area to division, even to district on my first try, without much effort. And that's when I realized anyone can be a speaker. Training from Chen Chun and many other excellent speakers allowed me to speak like this impromptu without any effort whatsoever. And I've been deeply inspired by Mas and many other speakers like Sim Bok San, who's gone way beyond many of us who still aspire to learn. And so what I do offer you is a learner's attitude. Even though now I give lectures in schools, I give talks on mental health and bullying. Even though I go on the news and the press very frequently for my activism work. I advocate for youth to tell their stories. I tell people to fight back, but I still have a lot to learn. And so I would like to learn from you. How can I be an asset to you? I will not come to you believing that I know everything. I believe that you have the systems and structures that can teach me to do what's right for you. Because I believe if I'm doing this job for you, I'm doing it to add value and not to do a job. The value I can add is my experiences writing articles, changing a person's trauma into stories, converting all sorts of mysteries into mystical events, and finally, humor, glamour, body language, vocal variety, and an expert in tone, poise, and precision. I really hope that you will choose me from my experiences for 5 to 7 years, teaching in schools, shelters, internationally as well. Also going out to advocate for others to tell their stories, being on the press like Malaysia Kini, Star, NSC, and many other papers. Because I believe I can add value to the kids by inspiring them, telling them that none of them don't have any potential. And that all of them have the maximum potential inside of them to achieve their best. Only if and only if they get bitten by the right spider. So today I just want to let you know, please let me be the spider for your children. I really hope that you choose me.